views and opinions of Radio Al Ansar and the Al Ansar Foundation. Range Hayat, Colors of Life, with me, Shagufta Khan.
Be inspired and stay informed in this fun-filled lifestyle show with Shagufta Khan.
Discussing inner and outer beauty with opportunities to win lots of prizes. Every Monday from 1:30 to 2 p.m. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Radio Al Ansar FM 90.4, 105.6. Married Bug. Shagufta Khan is here with the program Range Hayat, Colors of Life. As we know, today, what a beautiful day. 1st of Muharram, our new year, Muharram. The month of sacrifice, compromise, and like everything what we learn from this. So I was thinking, what should we do for this program where we talk about resolutions, the rules, regulations for the new year as well. So Alhamdulillah, we had some fair in Durban Westwood Mall, which for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it was a good, successful stalls and everything for that. And then what happened when I met my sister? And everyone knows now. Everyone know who I'm talking about. I'm not giving a suspense or anything. Yes, when I met with Bibi Aisha Leher, then I said, why not? Because she actually, I don't want to say she has to accomplish a lot of things more in her life, but one step is there. She accomplished a lot of things, but one thing which she accomplished, which it's very near to my heart. So I invited Bibi Aisha Leher. Please come being a guest. I'll be so happy because whenever she's talking from Port Elizabeth. And I really wanted to meet her and make her feel very warm here in studio of Al Ansar, 207 West Road, where I can see her. I can see her and talk to her personally. And she is not running this show. This is my show. She's only the guest, but I'm going to ask her so many things which I really wanted to know. And I know that my listeners also wanted to know. That's what cooking. So, what is cooking? Let me tell you, there is a book launch on Saturday with bookshop Cooking with Bibi Aisha. It was very, very nice book. We will show you just a little later on our Facebook. And she is the author of this book, Bibi Aisha Leher. And let's welcome her to the studio. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, ji Bibi Aisha.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to you, Sister Shagufta. Jazakallah khairan for inviting me. It's so amazing to be in the studio. I'm sitting across you. Alhamdulillah, I'm sitting across stage. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to our beloved listeners.
So what we are talking about, not about her cooking book, which she launched on Saturday, because the book is, show the book how pretty and how tempting this book look as well. We're not only talking about book, Aisha. I didn't tell you, but I have to ask so many questions.
No problem.
Everyone has a life journey, right? Alhamdulillah, you had. I don't want to, because this program is very small, to speak about what you've been through, what happened, this happened, but you've been through, again, your own life challenges as well. But what you did with your challenges, it's amazing. That's what amused me as well. You didn't sit back and you complain or you put blame to others as well. You actually rising and rising and rising in your journey up. And Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose a good partner for you as well. And what happened after that? See, with the good partner, she actually came out with the cooking with Bibi Aisha. So let's speak to her about the cooking book. And then I will talk about a lot of points which my listeners will make the resolution for this year. And what she said, do's and don'ts as well. So Bibi Aisha, I have to ask you something. I think lots of women love cooking. And whether they love, whether they don't love, they have to do cooking. It's a package. It's a cultural thing. Ted is loving. It's a cultural thing that woman has to cook at home as well. I know this is, but tell me, is this your passion to cook? what happened, how you came up with this such a beautiful book, which is available, which gonna be available at a bookshop as well for you, and the pictures on that. Oh my God, I'm telling you, it is divine. So whoever wanted, I don't want to say this commercial thing that whoever wanted, come to the bookshop and get it for Bibi Aisha. I'm just looking at it with the passion as well. And the pictures, everything, it looks, oh, so tempting. Now talk about it.
Jazakallah khairan. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So, cooking is a beneficial life skill. It's a household chore, and doing household chores is sunnah. Our beloved Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam
Very good, yeah.
did household chores. So we as Muslimas and any woman that's listening in today and men, when you are raising your children, you need to raise them according to the sunnah of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it's about time that we break cultural stereotypes and we say that I'm following in the sunnah. And what better way than getting together as a family unit, choosing a meal that suits everybody's taste buds, health needs, that is budget friendly, preparing it together, eating together, opening the channels and the lines for communication, and cleaning up also together. So you're getting the sunnah of family time, of communication, of doing household chores, and everybody gets together. If a glass or plates break, we'll all clean it up together as well, inshallah.
Okay, tell me, this was in your mind that you're gonna write a book, or it just came up, or you were really working hard toward it?
So, I've recently been challenged with a health condition.
Yes,
where I have
eyes.
to be very mindful of what I eat. And that's when I discovered as well, I need to clean eating. So there's no marinades involved. And Allah shukr, also growing up as a child, I grew up in a background that had a very strong Islamic ethos, not a
Yes.
cultural ethos. So with my father, he would help in the kitchen. My mother would be in the kitchen. We used to experiment with a lot of diverse food. And that was something that was always in me. So I wanted to create a book that had cosmopolitan recipes from various different cultural groups, various different countries, things that I've learned on my travels, using ingredients that we have in our cupboard, in our fridge. So authentic, organic, things that's not going to break the balance or the budget, but you can prepare together. Something that if you tell your 10-year-old son or daughter, go to page 72, please see what I would like you to make. Look at the picture. I'm coming back in an hour. It will be done.
Very nice.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So no, you didn't even, when you had in your mind that you have to have a book?
When I start with health challenges. So I would say
Recently, it means
about a year.
about a year. So very good. You achieved what you want.
Alhamdulillah.
You achieve what you want. That's what I wanted to tell my listeners for the resolution of this new year. If you have yaqeen in you, if you have passion within you, if you have positivity in you, so you can leave all the challenges behind, you go towards your achievement as well. So I wanted to know, till today, whatever happened, what do you think which keeps you very strong, and your goals, what are the things what you can give advice that okay, woman or man, whoever listening, we must do with the challenges, because none of us have life without challenges, different kind of.
We say in sad times we turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yes.
In happy times we think of Allah, but not that much. My thing is Sijda is shukr. That's my superpower.
Yes.
Thank Allah all the time. Happy times, good times, angry times, sad times. Put your head down in sujood. Submit yourself completely to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Subhanallah.
Thank Allah. Sometimes just say, Allah Pak, when I'm making dua, today I'm not asking you for anything. Today I just want to thank you for everything that I have. Because there are hidden blessings in everything. And the only limitation that you have is the fear that you've created in your mind. Rise above it. Allah created all of us with a purpose. Each and every one of us has a gift. And that gift, we're going to be questioned by Allah on the day of Qiyamah. What did you do with that gift? So the gift that Allah has given you, everyone has skills, but people shine with different skills. But that gift you have to give away. And by you giving away, that is your sadaqah jariyah. You're empowering other people. That's your legacy. So that's what you need to do. Thank Allah. Wherever you are in your life today, it's where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted you to be. Alhamdulillah, for all situations.
For all situations. That's a very good answer, that you know the best thing we have to make shukr alhamdulillah, whatever condition I am. Like just now I met one friend of mine, and I didn't see her for very long. So she told me, oh, you know, because I'm very sick, I don't come out of the house. I feel very bad to tell people. I say, you don't have other things? You can't be a honeybee that you can see, you can walk, you can smell, you can taste. Can't you be honeybee that you can see? Shukr alhamdulillah. Yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is testing me with this disease, but the rest of my things are so beautiful. So you have to praise that. You have to celebrate that. So whatever you have, you must celebrate that. Whatever you have. That's how Bibi Aisha was celebrating her mind, her thoughts, her thinkings. And that's how she met my brother. And then she celebrated that as well. And after that, see what came out. This book, a beautiful book, which will help all of us to cook. Bibi Aisha, will it be easier for the beginners as well? This book, actually?
This book is a combination, like I said, of cosmopolitan cuisine. So it's different food from different cultural groups that I learned to cook from my mom, that I learned to cook myself, and that I've learned to cook under the guidance of chefs at international destinations on my travels overseas. So basically, the focus is that it's something that you can taste from everywhere. You know, we say Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam encouraged us to travel, to learn, to appreciate similarities and differences. And then you realize that when you do travel, you are same, but different. There's something that brings you together. And what unites people better than food? So that's what I've done. I've created recipes that younger people can look at and enjoy, older people. Basically, it's a cookbook that I wish I always had. Something, if you look at the size, it's easy to manage. If you look at everything in that book is intentional. I did the cover myself. I did the layout myself. The photographs are myself. These are recipes that are passionate to me. There's a little story on top of some of the recipes, because this is something relating to it. This book is a labor of love dedicated to the best chef in my life, in my world. That is my mother, Zubaydah Alahi, and it's dedicated to her.
Wow, that's very nice. And I'm just looking at it, like you have Thai coconut soup as well, which is very, very, very different.
Absolutely.
Thai coconut soup. So that's what I'm telling listeners. It's not because I wanted you to sell this book as well. Then inshallah it will get sold. But this is very different. I never have ever seen this kind, like Chinese rice with tempura chicken and sweet sour sauce. I have to have this book.
You have to. That's one of my signature dishes. There's also fit kukri and it's pancakes. And recently I came back from Holland and they call it pannenkoeken. So, you know, when you think of certain dishes, right? We may call, so we'll say pancakes. In France, I'll say crepes. In Holland, I'll say pannenkoeken. So we all somewhat have a particular dish that we all call the same. We all know what it is, but we all have a different name. So that alone tells you we same, but different.
Different, yeah. Even you have falafels as well, and veggie nacho with the what you call it?
With guacamole. Guacamole I learned when I went to Mexico. Guacamole. And there's a guacamole recipe inside. So what I've done is, it's not like there are certain things that you can buy ready-made and just do a quick meal. There are certain things that you can create from scratch. But my mother was very, very pedantic about appearance. She's like, we eat with our eyes first. It must look palatable, no matter what. So you'll notice what you see there. This is how I serve food every day. My husband would always say, please don't call me for lunch and supper until the photo shoot is done. That was the joke. And those photos help me today, alhamdulillah.
So these photos, you already cooked by your hand, and then you took the pictures.
Yes.
Wow, amazing.
All these photos were in my kitchen, in my dining room, in my, we have like a braai room, we have like one room we call our chill lounge. And the person, you know, they would help me sometimes to just double check for me. Obviously, like, Bibi Aisha, I think this angle, that angle, you know, I would obviously get a second opinion from my husband and my amazing domestic helper, Valencia, you know. So, but the thing is, I know what I want to get out there. I know what angle I want. I know what I want to show out there. And basically you'll see my love and passion for cooking and feeding people through those pictures. My love language is feeding.
Like same here, like pan-fried steak with mushroom sauce.
Yes.
And the picture is so amazing. And then tandoori spiced chicken, that's very nice, and minced curry with wet cook.
Fat cook.
What is the African
Fat
side?
cook.
Fat
Fat
cook.
cook is basically, it's a dough. It's a dough that you make with
Okay,
yeast. You let it rise a little bit. You make these little balls. They call it dombolo. And you basically let it
That's
rise.
very funny. Very, Nana, you can't go so fast.
That's-
My listeners can't understand this because if I don't understand minced curry with fat cook.
Fat cook.
Fat
So fat
cook.
cook basically means a cake,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So fat cook, they call it that because it's fried in oil. So it's fried in fat, in oil. So this is a traditional South African recipe where you can enjoy as is after it's fried like a gulab jambu.
Okay.
Or you can slit it in half. You can make it bigger. You can make it smaller. You can put minced curry inside. I remember growing up, we used to put slap chips
Okay.
with a whole lot of chilies and tomato sauce. You can have it with jam inside. You can put, like, I used to like polony and chips and a bit of achar masala inside.
Wow.
So you can eat it as is, or you can put any filling that you want, and it's nutritious somewhat, because it is fried somewhat,
it.
but it's tasty and you can use it in so many ways. So in this recipe book, I'm also celebrating our South African heritage.
Okay, that I can hear from your
Fat cook.
Wat,
As
fat
baie lekker.
Okay.
As
I'm lost.
baie lekker.
Lekka, I know a little bit as well. So this is the time where we are talking at Range Hayat, in which Bibi Aisha Leher is talking about her book, her passion. That's what I'm telling you. First of Muharram, please make your resolutions of your life, wherever you are, whatever kind of challenges you are going through, what stress you are in. Try that. Inshallah, Allah will definitely take you out from there only with your positive mindset, with your yaqeen in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and with the sajda of shukr as well. So whenever we are making salah, that's what I'm doing, practicing what I'm practicing. When I'm reading my Surah Fatiha, I'm reading, at least Surah Fatiha, what I'm doing, I am keeping in my mind what I'm saying, that Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, that I'm making shukr to the Rabb of Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in, Ihdina Sirat. When we coming to the Ihdina Sirat, I'm asking Allah. I'm not going to read this. Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim. I'm not going to read this. I'm going to ask from Allah. There's a very big difference. I'm reading Surah Fatiha, Alhamdulillah Rabbil. If I'm asking, Bibi Aisha does this, you won't understand. You say, no, I'm not going to. But I say, Bibi Aisha, I want this. Then you say, okay, Shagufta, take this thing as well. So that's why whenever we're reading Surah Fatiha, when we coming to this ayah, that Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim. So we have to, take it, this thing, as like an application to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Request Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim. Because no one else beside Allah can keep me and align me in the path of Hidayat as well. So this is very important. So what we have to do, no matter whatever we are going to do in this world, whatever we are, wherever we are, what we have to compose ourselves. Come into this circle of shukr and sabr, and ask with passion as well. Now I'm going to ask Bibi Aisha Leher. This is not negative question. This is actually take the negativity out. Bibi Aisha, no one is perfect. Like I'm talking about myself. I'm very bad, sinful person. So in this, the whole journey of your life, which you had a lot of sacrifices, challenges, your mother, when you tell me about your mother, that she got Alzheimer's now, dementia as well, and then you've been through with your eye problems as well, and then you go through a lot of challenges as well. But tell me what you feel like. I learn a lot. I will tell you afterwards that I shouldn't do this, or I stopped doing that. What do you think, to my listeners? We can achieve something, to perceive something from love, from Allah, from the people, from your surrounding or your own people. What shouldn't we do that?
we should stop complaining.
Wow.
That's the whole thing.
That's a very good answer.
We should stop
Oh.
complaining. I mean, we make dua, we put our hands up in dua and we say, Ya Allah, bless me with Jannatul Firdaus. Ya Allah, bless me with Jannah. But to get to destination Jannah, you need to work. You need to get there. So whatever it is challenges that you are faced with, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is testing your patience, your resilience. Are you grateful? Are you complaining? What have you learned from it? Are you taking it forward? Are you using what you may perceive as negative to actually think this is positive? I needed this. Are you rebooting? Are you refocusing? So everything that you go through, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching, and it's planned to get you where you need to be. So the don't will be stop complaining. We look at the people of Gaza. We look at the challenges of Gaza, and you look at yourself and you say, what I'm going through is nothing. Yes, it is something. It is something you are going through. Allah tests us with challenges in different ways. But you know, as bad as you think it is for you, there is somebody that is praying for what you have, because they have a situation that's worse. So make shukr for your situation and say, what did I learn from this? There's hidden blessings. Like we say, ni'mah, blessings in everything. Count your blessings. Like you said earlier, people could say, I'm sick, so I don't go out. But think of all the other things. And whatever situation that you're in right now, it's temporary. Inna ma'al usri yusra. Fa inna ma'al usri yusra. After hardship comes ease.
Definitely. So such a beautiful, inspirational advice from Bibi Aisha Laher that we do not complain. And according to me, don't advise too much as well for your surrounding, because they cannot handle that. You can give general advice, but you can't give personal advice until they ask you as well, because then they might feel you are very dominating. They might feel you are like that. I'm talking about not the children, I'm talking about the families and all, because like me, Bibi Aisha, we are very outspoken people.
Yes.
Right? We just say whatever it's there, but we have to be very nicely. I read something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala love those people who are very easygoing.
Yes.
Easygoing is very good point.
I think outspoken is a definition that is very misunderstood.
Yeah, it can lead to
misunderstanding. A person that may be quiet and shy does not mean that there's a negative. Kindness is displayed in different ways.
Yeah.
I am an outspoken person.
Me too.
The thing is that I would speak my mind if I was asked to. And if you want the truth, then you come and ask me. If you want something sugar-coated, I'm not the person.
Okay. And my problem was what?
Yes.
I just say whatever is. They don't even ask me. Then I have to stop that. I have to stop doing that because they don't like it. And I also
remember I was a foundation phase specialist teacher for 25 years.
Oh my!
So I worked with grade 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Yeah.
So remember you teaching them, speak the truth, don't lie,
Yeah.
be a good friend, be a good listener. So obviously, if I'm teaching something, the best example is not my mouth, it's my action, and am I loving it? And that's how I am. So even with regards to the goals that I wanted, I know there were certain times that I felt in my life I've made bad decisions. I've made decisions based on emotion rather than logic. I was maybe reckless. I was maybe immature. But then I think to myself, Alhamdulillah, for all situations, I learned from it.
Exactly.
And despite where I was in point A and I went wee instead of point B, I managed to get somewhere there eventually, and I learned from it.
Exactly.
Alhamdulillah.
So don't feel bad if in your life you just did something that it never happened, or something wrong you did, or something happened, mess happened or something. No. Just learn from there. If you learn from there, you are a very wise person. Then in future, you can apply all those things, and you become very, very aqalman, very wise person for that as well. This is the way we're supposed to learn from our life, because none of us are perfect. None of us are like knows everything. We don't have a very nice word. Actually, I'm learning nice. I'm increasing my vocabulary. The clairvoyant. No one is a clairvoyant to know the situation.
Yes.
So whatever happened, I'm talking to my listeners. This is 1st of Muharram. Leave everything in Allah's hand. Submission is the solution. And to who you submit yourself? Who else? None other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Submit yourself to Allah. Speak to Him. Speak to him, talk to him whenever you have time. As I mentioned to you, whenever you're reading Surah Fatiha, when you come to this verse, Ihdina Siratal Mustaqim, with the conviction, Allah, give me Siratal Mustaqim, give me Siratal Mustaqim, and Allah will open the door for you. Allah loves all of us. So this, inshallah, this Muharram will give us the power to live beautifully and peacefully. It does not mean that the trials or turbulence or hiccups don't come. The life is full of trough and crest, but how we react towards that, how we accept that, and how my reaction towards that, that's very, very important.
If I have to think in a nutshell, I'm going to say in the past 2 years, they say there's many life-altering changes that people can do in life, and people handle it differently. So life-altering would be marriage, would be relocation, would be new job, would be, illness, would be managing an illness of a loved one. I did all of this in one go.
See, subhanallah.
I got married, I relocated, I married into a blended family. I left behind a mom in another province whose health wasn't good. I recovered from a depression. I did all of these things. I moved house, I moved province, I moved a new job, and all of this at one go, boom. And I had doctors who told me, I think the only thing that medically makes sense to us is you are alive through some spiritual greatness. And I'm like, Alhamdulillah, bring it on. My father's attitude was, I will sleep when I'm dead. My attitude is, I will sleep when I'm dead. So the goals that you have, sometimes, it may take a detour. Sometimes it may hit a pothole. Sometimes it may hit a bump. Sometimes you realize you take another highway. It's okay. You may need to change the game plan. You may need to change the route. But don't give up from your goals.
Exactly.
Because you will get there. You need to work for it. You make dua for it. But you will get there. I'm living proof of it.
100%. That's why Bibi Aisha Leher is in my program with her beautiful Cooking with Bibi Aisha Leher. I am telling you, this book is available at the bookshop and it's amazing, amazing. As I told you, little bit few things as well, and so much you will get from here as well, and about some stories about the author, about every time. This is the picture of your mom.
That's my mommy.
Your mommy.
That's my Queen Zubaida.
Yes, Queen Zubaida. So nice. This kind of passion, very rare. It's because we all in this world are indulged in the materialist thing, and we all running behind something. But what I like about Bibi Aisha, that she is very, very simple, down to earth, real, transparent person, and very humble. And what, the one word humble gives you the treasure of the things as well, that you are so humble person. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. That's why Allah is with you. That's why you are prospering.
Is a reflection of you. So what's in your heart is what you see in others. So what you see in me is a reflection of you. So Alhamdulillah, that is who you are.
I'm not that simple. Ted is laughing because Ted knows I'm not that simple. You are very simple person.
I must say this, they say your children are your sadaqah jariyah. When you're not here, they're going to be making dua for you. I don't have children of my own. So what is going to be my sadaqah jariyah? How am I going to be in people's du'as? So I want to do as much things as I can. So one day when I'm not in this dunya, people will look at me and make dua for me. Look at my recipe book, bring families together, share my recipes, eat together. The humanitarian work I'm involved in, if it touches you and you make dua for me, that's going to help me in the year after. So what's your legacy?
Yesterday you told me about you were invited for some counseling in overseas as well.
Can I? Okay.
Yeah, please.
So
Please,
I'm a former teacher, 25 years of teaching experience, foundation phase specialist teacher. I taught in Johannesburg. Lots of learners from Soweto. Alhamdulillah, they've made me very street smart. I am a global motivational speaker.
Yeah, that I couldn't say. Global motivational speaker.
So I get
That's
invited overseas to address vulnerable communities, to empower women, to empower youth, to speak. I'm very passionate about mental health. I want people to break the stigma attached to mental health. GBV is another thing I'm very passionate about. I'm a public speaker against GBV, gender-based violence.
Yeah.
I'm a global emotional wellness and transformation life coach. So in a nutshell, you have a goal. You want to reach it. You contact me, and I get paid to be your cheerleader, so to speak, to make sure you attain those goals realistically.
Wow,
So that's what
wow,
I
wow.
do. Alhamdulillah.
Wow, that's the thing. I didn't want to introduce her because I don't think so I can introduce her what she is. But what I like that everywhere, alhamdulillah, beside her challenges, as you say, everything was one book. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving her blessing of a lot of cooking, lot of achievements and everything. Bibi Aisha, thank you so much for attending my show. Come to here, and I'm very, very impressed of your, your motivational talk as well. Inshallah, we will talk some other time in my program. Ijazat chahti hu. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Radio Al Ansar, Durban 90.4 FM, Peter Maritzburg 105.6 FM.
Are you or a loved one battling the disease of addiction? Is your family, life, relationships, work suffering due to alcoholism and